What's going on, everybody? I am Blockchain Crusader, crusading through these blockchains, and we're back for another live stream here, January 2nd, Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and the altcoins are starting to pump. Now, why is this happening? Well, Bitcoin has been having a nice little move to the upside. I've been warning you guys that a big move for Bitcoin is loading up here in January, and Bitcoin is starting to make a bit of that move right now by breaking above 89,000, running for 90,000. And the question now becomes, where is it headed next, right? A lot of shorts got liquidated overnight as Bitcoin had a major rally to the upside. And we're going to be covering Bitcoin's price along with many other questions here on the show. So make sure you're dropping your altcoins and your questions into the chat. So Bitcoin right now, guys, has had a magnificent rally, as you guys can see here, since yesterday when the market started to open up, right? Thursday, January 1st, the markets were closed here in the States, the New York stock market. And guess what? The minute we started to open up this Friday night, we had a nice little bounce back towards this 88,000. We held this area of support. This support did not break, and Bitcoin's price kept climbing and climbing and climbing. And early this morning, we came back, retested the previous week EQ. And guess what? When you find support on the previous week EQ, you run for the previous week high. And we've done exactly that right now. Had a massive rally from 88,700 or 88,400 this morning all the way up to 90,800. But let's not get overexcited in the short term here. In the short term, in the last couple of hours, if we jump out to the 1 hour time frame, we have swept this previous week high, this $90,550 to be exact. We have swept it. We have been rejected from this area multiple times. And that is a reversal signal in the short term, meaning that $90,550 is going to be potentially pulling us back here, closer potentially maybe to the previous month EQ of 89,158 in the short term. And that has triggered me to take a short position. So I have taken a short position, as you guys can see here. Let's see if I can zoom this in for you guys. I have taken a short position. I'm currently up $113 on this short position, and we are expecting this to continue dropping lower, at least towards this London high, potentially down to the previous month EQ. As the week is coming to an end, when this normally happens at the very beginning of a week, that is definitely detrimental for the rest of the week to continue pushing lower. But since today is Friday, the week ends on Sunday. Can we pull back a little bit here in the short term? Absolutely. 89,800, 89,200, definitely on the table for a short-term pullback before continuation to the upside as we start this next week. On Sunday, I do expect Bitcoin to continue going higher. Meanwhile, Bitcoin stays above 89,158. I am expecting Bitcoin to go for 94,600. 94,600 is the next major target to the upside starting next week, right? Starting next week. Meanwhile, we stay above 89,158. Let's call it 89,200. We are looking for a push to that level of 94,600 to the upside. And people are starting to maybe pay attention again, right? Because look at this, Pepe up 48%, Floki up 22%, Render up 20%, Doge up 13.6%, Ondo up 11.4% this week. We got the altcoins moving and grooving, and people are going to start FOMOing because they haven't been game planning. They have not been game planning. I appreciate every single one of you guys in here. John Frost, good to see you again, sir. Good to see you, brother. Good to see every single one of you guys in here smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe. If you're on TikTok, make sure you are filling up those like meters, guys. There are over 40 of you guys in here, and there's only 150 likes. Take a second, tap that screen for as fast as you can for 5 whole seconds. Just 5 seconds. Tap that screen for 5 seconds, and let's get 5,000 likes in here. Appreciate every single one of you guys. I see all the hearts coming in. Appreciate it, appreciate it, appreciate it. Now, we do got some news to cover. We've got some stuff to talk about silver as well. Silver is currently at $71.58. For all the people that didn't want to believe me, man, here we go, right? We're dropping like it's hot for silver. So what a surprise. Let me actually get rid of this. Get rid of this. Let me actually turn this off real quick and just look at the chart here so far. So we made the high of $83. We made a lower high around $77. Now we've made another lower high around $74, right? And most people are looking at this and they're like, well, it's a descending triangle, right? Because if you draw a trend line, I'll show you guys what most people are looking at, right? They're like, well, you know, you got this, and then you got one of these right here. And then if you get the flagpole from here to here, right, boom, whatever the heck people draw these flagpoles, then, you know, you measure it out and it's going to go to $3,000. Just kidding, guys. It's an exaggeration. That's not really it. But yes, it's forming a triangle here. If we lose this triangle, which I don't follow triangles, right? I don't care about triangles. I don't care about drawing lines. I care about volume, right? I care about volume. And what volume is telling us here, we are in a weekly downtrend. And meanwhile, we stay in this downtrend for the week, right? We will continue to head towards this $68 level. And below 68, we still have targets between 66 all the way down to 59 bucks for silver. Does that mean that silver is going to drop down there tomorrow? No, right? But it is something to be aware of. People begin to get overexcited. Oh, China, they're completely restricting the supply. 13% of the supply just went offline. They don't want you to know this, but the price this, the price that. And then when the price doesn't do what people think is going to do based off the news, you get articles or you get news about how silver is manipulated and yada yada. You get all the crybabies, right? You get all the crybabies online about how everything is manipulated. There's one account out here that's super famous for being a little, you know, crybaby about everything that price doesn't do what it wants it to do. So just look at the data, guys. Just look at the charts. Look at the charts. The charts will tell you where things are going. The charts will tell you the news. Doesn't matter how bullish or bearish the news is. What matters is the news. Just like Bitcoin. Bitcoin, right? Super bearish. Everybody's panicking. Bear market. It's all over. Guess what the first week of January did? Boom. Just sent it back to 90,000. Now, yes, we can still pull back to 89,100. No biggie. Meanwhile, we stay above 89,158. I am looking for $94,000. 94,600 to be exact. And then that puts us right into the larger time frame. Zoom out here to the daily. All right, let me get rid of, let me turn off this trading indicator. Oops. Right. What the heck is this? Just hide it. Boom. Okay. So that puts Bitcoin back on the trajectory, trying to reclaim this quarterly and yearly range, right? That we're above, we're below actually. We're below this yearly range. We're trying to get back into it. We have the $94,000 to $98,000 area that's going to be hyper critical for Bitcoin to get above. Bitcoin needs to close weeklies and monthlies above 98,000 if we're going to continue pushing towards 111 or higher. If not, right, this area here called the PP zone is going to be a massive area for a potential bull trap to get people overexcited, people thinking that we're back at 98,000, and then we dump it down to 73,000. So definitely something to be watching out for, but we're not concerned about that right now. Right now, we're just looking at this little short trade here that we're in, and we're going to see how this plays out here. As you guys can see here on the hourly, multiple wicks to the upside, getting massive rejections. I do expect a little short-term pullback. A little short-term pullback. Now, it can be invalidated. Anything is possible, right? We are getting some very bullish momentum. Things can get invalidated, but we shall see. Let's jump over to the chat. Let's see what the people in the chat are asking. I knew the top was in when I saw all these silver short TikToks. Man, yeah, I mean, it's not when everybody's talking about something, right? what gave me even more confidence was a week ago, I went to a Christmas party, a friend's Christmas party, and people that never talk about investing, never talk about anything, trading, stocks, whatever, were talking about gold and silver and about how they wanted to get some for their long-term exposure because it's doing so well. And I was like, bruh, time to short it. Time to short it. Appreciate all of you guys in here smashing those likes. When things become extremely bullish on the news, every single time, it's a bull trap. It's a bull trap. Where do I see Solana going? Let's go take a look at Solana's chart here. Solana, make way. So I just dropped a macro update for Solana in the Crypto Citadel. In the Crypto Citadel, right? And in this, we closed out the year. We're still within the yearly range of 2025, sitting right at the value area lows, right? The value area low is around 122. We pumped today to 131. Our next two big targets are 143 to 147 to the upside for Solana. Meanwhile, we hold 122. We are good. If we lose 122, our next target is $95. Below that is $73 for Solana. Right, that's going to depend on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin gets that big rejection at 98,000, expect Solana to come down to 95.73. Now, if Bitcoin does not get rejected at 98,000 and continues to pump to the upside, I do see where Solana could rotate this entire yearly range to the upside and come back up where we got plenty of targets between 160 to 193. If we break out of the 2025 yearly range and get above 195, our targets are between 219 to about as high as of 275 before running for the all-time high, right? Well, the 275 is last mark before running for 295, which is the all-time high. But 219 to 239, very realistic as we break out, if we break out of the Solana 2025 yearly range. Let's keep an eye here on Bitcoin. Bitcoin trying to invalidate this rejection here at the previous week high and needs to continue climbing and holding above the previous week high to run for that 94,000. But the weekend is coming. As the weekend comes, it's a lot harder to break to break trends, especially with how low the volume gets. So we shall see if it continues to climb slowly to the upside or it has the slow pullback, which would be the healthiest thing to do. It'll be a slow pullback back to the previous month EQ, 89,158, and then prepare for next week to blast off running towards that 94,600. Would you be DCing into alts? Guys, I'm not DCing into alts, right? Because here's the problem. The problem, right? I'll take trades. I'll take short-term trades, right? Low leverage 2-3x trades on altcoins. But the reason why I'm not dollar cost averaging into altcoins right now is because, like I said, Bitcoin can still be setting up a massive bull trap at 98,000. If Bitcoin gets rejected at 98,000, your altcoins are going to rally. Pepe is up 50% right now, right? Bonk 15, Ton up 24, Floki 23, Ondo 11, Render 20, right? Whatever. People are going to FOMO into altcoins and they're not paying attention to Bitcoin's chart. And if Bitcoin gets rejected at 98,000 and we start dropping again, we're going to be dropping below the $80,000 price point that we hit earlier in late 2025, meaning we're going to take out 80,000 and we're most likely going to retest the low 70s, maybe even drop down to 67,000. And if we do that, your altcoins are going to get continuously wrecked, right? But people are going to FOMO and buy altcoins when they're green. They don't buy them when they're red. They buy them when they're green. And then when Bitcoin pumps, creates a bull trap, and then everybody gets overexcited because once Bitcoin gets to 98, everybody on social media is going to be calling for, we're back, we're running for all-time highs, we're going higher. And maybe we do. But it's going to come down to what happens at 98,000. If Bitcoin gets rejected and cannot close weeklies and monthlies above 98, Bitcoin will be setting up a large bull trap and jumping the price back down, crushing the altcoins once again. So it's very nice to see the altcoins in the green, but no, I am not buying altcoins right now. Bitcoin can push all the way up to 111. Altcoins could have a nice rally off of that. Just because Bitcoin pushes to 111 does not guarantee a new all-time high for Bitcoin. It definitely increases the chances, but it doesn't guarantee that we will hit all-time highs. Yeah, Pengu up 19% this week. Let's go. 17% just today. Very, very nice. So I'm being extra cautious. I will take short-term trades, 2 to 3x leverage, small amount of capital, let them run, take my profits, but I'm not dollar cost averaging anything for the long haul when it comes to altcoins, right? I'm not interested in buying Bitcoin until Bitcoin is below 70,000. Let's jump back into can you check it? Pengu short term. Yeah, let's go take a look at Pengu. Pengu. Where is my Pengu chart? Let me update this chart here for you guys. All right. January 1st, 2025 till December 1st. Boom. Let's get the yearly. Ay, coño. Yearly average. Let's get the quarterly. All right. Let's get the yearly range. Should be pretty flat. If not, we'll just get the last 6 months. Almost done updating this chart here. It's an uptrend. Let's see what the last 6 months look like. July 1st. All the way to December. Yeah, nice little steep downtrend overall. And let's get a little gold pocket price action. Gold pocket. Let's get a nice Fibonacci extension here to this low, to this high. Yeah, we've already smashed through all the targets to the downside except for the 1-to-1. We're holding above that. Now let's get a fib extension from the lows to the highs, back to these lows, lining up pretty much the same. So yeah, overall, targets to the upside here for Pengu, right? We're within the yearly range. To fall below the yearly range, we would have to fall below 0.0041. We're currently at 0.017. So that's a pretty drastic drop for Pengu. So lots of targets to the upside here for Pengu, between 0.0145 all the way up to about over 2 cents. And then value area high lines up with almost 3 cents at 0.027, 0.028. But if we break out of the 2025 yearly range, our big target is around 3.5 cents. Major extension gold pocket and regular gold pocket sitting there. And then above that, we have the 1-to-1 at 0.048 cents to the upside for Pengu. So lots of targets here to the upside for Pengu. Very short, small amount of targets, around half a penny to the downside. But we need to get above that 1.5 penny cent area to start breaking out of this downtrend and moving up higher. Bitcoin still slowly pushing back lower. Let's go check on our short here. Short position up $118 so far. Doing pretty good. It's going to be slow and steady. Wins the race on this one. Guys, if you guys want to start reading charts and analyzing charts as I am, make sure you are joining the Crypto Citadel. And if you guys are not in the Crypto Citadel already, right? If you haven't joined, it's $5 a day. You can get 50% off your first month with the code Citadel50. 50% off with the first month with the code Citadel50. You get daily chart analysis, trade setups, my 1 hour and 36-minute trading course, exclusive trading indicators that I programmed myself, live trading sessions Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And if you still are not convinced, you're like, oh man, maybe Crusader, that's not for me. I don't know how dedicated I am. I don't know if I'm ready to level up in 2026. I don't know if I can take this seriously. Well, go join over here on my free, where the heck did it go? Where is this? Oh, here we go. Come over here this Sunday, January 4th, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. January 4th, this Sunday, in 1 day and 21 hours, we are going to be. I'm going to be hosting a free trading webinar. You just gotta sign up with your email and RSVP your slot. We are over 60 to 70% booked already, so make sure you guys are RSVPing to lock in your spot. If you don't, you might miss out and not have a spot on Sunday. At this webinar, which is absolutely free, is going to give you a basic introduction on how to understand and identify market structure, identify market trend, targets within that structure and trend, finding support and finding resistance to be able to understand, just not to become a day trader, right? From this webinar, you're not going to become a day trader, but you will be able to read charts. You will be able to chart and look at the macro long-term image of things, and this is going to tell you when to potentially when to dollar cost average more strategically, when to take some risk off the table, aka take some profits, because we're running into some resistance, we're running into some big targets to the upside that maybe we might get rejected from, like 98,000. Why is 98,000 so important? That's something you will learn in the Crypto Citadel, identifying why 98,000 is so hypercritical that it's make it or break it. That is what this webinar is going to give you. It's going to give you a peek behind the curtain of what happens in the Crypto Citadel. What are you willing to learn, right? And it's a very basic but very powerful 1 hour webinar that gives you a glimpse into how much more we can cover in the Crypto Citadel. In the 1 hour and 36-minute trading course, we cover many indicators. We cover about 5 to 6 indicators, and then how to accumulate all 5 and 6 indicators onto the chart to be able to use them all as confluence to make an actual trade. And all of that is covered in the trading course. Now, here, we're only going to be covering 2 indicators, and I think 3, actually only 3 indicators that are going to give you an idea of market structure and market trend. So make sure you're signing up for this if you haven't already. If you're looking for the link is in my profile. Go to my profile. If you're watching on TikTok, go to my little profile, and you're going to see a link. Sign up there and take advantage. If you can't find the link, I'm actually going to drop the link here into the chat. You guys can copy and paste it. Copy and paste it into wherever it is that you're watching. Give me a second here. What exchange are you using to do shorts? I'm using WEEX right now. Using WEEX right now. That is the exchange that I am trading with at the moment. Damian Smith, thank you for dropping the link into the chat. Appreciate it, brother. How sure are you about Bitcoin will go near 70K? I'm pretty sure. It all depends on what happens on 98, right? If we start closing monthlies above 98, then the chances of dropping down to 70,000 don't go away, but they just get delayed further down the line, right? That just means that Bitcoin has more strength to continue pushing up higher, and then we'll have to assess the situation of when 70,000 is going to happen. But it just reduces the chances of it happening sooner. But 70,000 is definitely on the table. Now, if we get rejected at 98 and we start closing weeklies and monthlies below 98 and falling out of the 2025 yearly range, oh yeah, 98, 70 is coming in hot. Let's go check in on our short here. Up $168. Up $168 so far on this trade. Let's go, let's go, let's go. That's what I'm talking about, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Let's drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Let's see here. Crowman says, good afternoon, Blockchain Crusader. Good. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. Good for glad to have you here. I'm buying physical gold and Bitcoin. Oh, let's go take a look at gold. Let's go take a look at the price of gold. Let's see where gold is headed. Gold is probably headed for a little pullback as well. Not totally surprised here of a potential pullback for gold. Where is, oh no, this is not my gold chart. I gotta update this chart here. So gold has fallen back to 4,300. Our next big target to the downside will be 4208 to 4154 to the downside, right? But I gotta update this chart. There's a lot of, this chart is very outdated. Very outdated. Let's get, yeah, let's go back to the other chart. Here we go. This is the 2025 yearly range. So our next big target to the downside for gold is 4135. If 4135 doesn't hold, we're going to be coming down to this $4,000 price point, which is the value area high of the 2025 yearly range, right? If we fall back into the 2025 yearly range, right? Targets to the downside are between 38.19 to the gold pocket, and the yearly naked point of control, which is going to be very massive target, will be 33.32. 33.32. If we start falling below 4,000, that is going to be the next big target area to the downside. Not saying that we have to go all the way down there. We could bounce off 38.19 to about 36.61 and break back out above it. But if we don't, the longer we live inside this yearly range, if we drop back into it, the bigger the likelihood that we drop down to 33.32, which is the naked point of control for the year and the gold pocket overall. So we shall see. But if we hold 41.35, we stay above 4,000 and we hold this area, targets to the upside are still between 45.66 to about $5,000. About $5,000 to 5,600 would be my total max that I'm looking at, 5,600 right now for gold. Bitcoin melting right now, pulling back, up $212 on this short, up 14%. Let's go. Drop it like it's hot, baby. Let's go. Let's go. We're printing today on a Friday. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Big rejection here. This is the power of reading charts, guys. Reading charts helps you extract capital out of the markets instead of FOMOing in like everybody was probably when we saw a massive move to the upside of 90,000. People were like, we're back. We're going to go to 100. And guess what? Hit 90,500, rejected. Boom. Now we're pulling back, right? Short-term move. Not saying that we're going to pull all the way back to 86,000 or, 80,000. You never know. But, that's not what I'm targeting right now. I'm targeting mainly this 89,158. And it's just a nice little way to make some money on the side, man. Up $214 right now, 215. Let's go. Let's print it, baby. Let's print it. So make sure you guys are all signing up to the free webinar if you haven't already. And if you just want to dive right into the Crypto Citadel, start learning on the trading course and get ready to start analyzing charts, right? We've been posting a ton of macro charts here. Here's my P&L for the month of December, $853, a slow month overall, but 853 is $853, baby. Let's go. posting a ton of macro analysis here for the long term for a bunch of altcoins. We still got a bunch of more to cover. We've covered Solana, XRP, ETH, Bitcoin. We've covered what else? What else did we cover? BitTensor Tau, Bitcoin Cash, SUI, and we've got a lot more to be covering here throughout the rest of this month. But I do expect a big move in the month of January, and we're seeing it right now. We're starting to see the big moves happen. So if you're not analyzing data, if you're not consuming data, if you're just consuming content but not consuming data, you are not an investor, guys. You are just a degen gambler, and this is why you always get caught buying the tops. Just how people are talking about, oh, are you dollar cost averaging altcoins right now? Absolutely not, man. Yeah, Bitcoin can go higher. Yeah, altcoins can pump. But guess what? If that 98,000 is a bull trap and drops us back to 70, bruh, your altcoins are going to get crushed. And most of you guys will not take profits because none of you guys are reading charts. So none of you guys are going to see the 98,000 bull trap in the first place. And you're just going to be buying and following into the FOMO. So make sure you guys are smashing in. Can I hire you? What are you talking about, Wall Street? What are you talking about? Better be a good offer if you're trying to hire me. Send me a DM. Send me a DM. What's going on, everybody? Appreciate all of you guys jumping in here. Appreciate all of you guys smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe. Let's go take a look at XRP. Good old XRP. So XRP here trying to make a push back above $2. We're currently at $1.98, trying to get above this green zone here, coming into its first target of $2.05, the Q4 average, right? We need to make sure we can reclaim this and start holding above it. If we don't, we will be dropping down lower following our 6-month downtrend, right? With targets all the way as low as 113 to 112. I'm definitely expecting that if Bitcoin drops into the low 70s, right? Not right now. Meanwhile, Bitcoin pumps up. I do expect XRP to pump back up. If XRP can reclaim $2.05 and start holding the 2025 yearly range, its targets to the upside are between 217 to 241 in the short term, with an overall gold pocket at 281, right? And then from there, it's kind of blast off above $3 again. But we shall see what happens along with Bitcoin. It all comes down to Bitcoin. It's a good old biddy. Bitty. Let's go cover some news here. So, right, Bitcoin rebounds, wipes out over 170 million in shorts because everybody was getting extremely bearish. Everybody was getting extremely bearish, just shorting. We're going lower. And guess what, guys? I told you. January 2026, big move. Q1, big move is coming. And it's coming, most likely to the upside. Now, we could take out some lows as well, but we're going to see some big moves. So it's very easy to get bearish when things are low and the news is bearish. And that's the time to be looking for bullish movement. So I'm not surprised here to see 170 million short positions liquidated. People are just degen trading, high leverage, low risk management. And that's why they get wrecked all the time. Over here as well, what will the price of Bitcoin be in dollars? By the end of 2026, here are the surprising results. So I haven't read this article yet, but I want to read it with you guys and see if I agree with these price points, with this analysis. So at this point, according to Polymarket data, I love Polymarket, by the way, investors are pricing in a 21% probability of Bitcoin reaching 150,000 this year. I do agree with 150,000 price target for Bitcoin this year. Even though many analysts expect Bitcoin to experience a delayed bull run in 2026, this reveals that while analysts expect a bull rally, investors remain quite cautious about 2026. This is particularly influenced by the major crash, yada, yada, yada. According to the data, there is a 45% probability that Bitcoin will reach 120 in 2026. Also agree with that. Below its previous all-time high. Yes. After that, the probability for 130 decreases even further, and it is priced at only 35%. And let's see here. Currently, Polymarket investors view Bitcoin reaching 100K as the safest bet, placing it at 80%. Yeah, 100,000, right? I've been talking about 98. We can jump to 98 to 100, but 98 is that big area. 98 to 100. definitely going to be the make it or break it. Like I telling you guys, I didn't even have to read this. I don't need to read poly market data, bro. I'm reading the data. I don't need poly market to tell me what the data is. I'll tell poly market what the data is, right? And yes, 100K retest, 98,000, definitely heavily in the cards. They're betting 80% chance on it. So 100% agree with that. And now if we start closing weeklies and monthlies above 98,000, we're back in the yearly range for 2026 and for 2025, and we do have a chance of rotating up to at least 111, right? And then above that, we're looking for that 120. So I do agree with this. Nice little poly market data here. Another article we got over here is AVAX ETF surge. Sparks trading volume jumps to $546 million. Now, is AVAX going to blast off? Probably not. Just how XRP hasn't blasted off, just how Ethereum hasn't blasted off, just how, a lot of other altcoins haven't blasted off on their ETF volume. I love it. I love the fact that AVAX is getting the recognition that it deserves by institutions with all the real world asset tokenizations that they're getting and that they're doing. They're one of the best layer one blockchains out there that is super diverse in technology, from NFTs to meme coins to real world asset tokenizations. They've got it all going on. But, the price is not got it going on at all. We go take a look at AVAX price. I haven't even done the AVAX chart yet, but look at this. AVAX is down at 13.55 right now. We came down to as low as 11.31. Right, we definitely got some targets to the upside between $19 to $22 here in the short term. I still got to update this chart and just get the overall more macro data that I have not analyzed yet. But let me get rid of this. Get rid of this. But yeah, I'm very bullish on AVAX. Long-term holder of AVAX. Definitely will be buying AVAX a lot more AVAX below $10. Even here at these price points, I would consider dollar cost averaging a little bit, but this is mainly where my entry point is anyways, around this $19 to $15 price point. So not in a hurry to buy more right now, but if we dip lower, I will. But yeah, we got targets all the way up to 36 to 41 to as high as 51. AVAX has not reached an all-time high since 2022, so since 2021. So that's definitely on the cards as well. What's going on here? What's up, money? Appreciate every single one of you guys in here. Appreciate all of you guys smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe. Let's get it going, guys. Appreciate it. Make sure you guys are signing up for this free webinar. It's in the next 1 day and 21 hours on January 4th, Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. If in 2026 you are ready, you have been thinking about it, that it's time to level up your investing strategy. It's time to level up your investing skills, to start sharpening yourselves and start reading data and analyzing data instead of just gambling and going based off FOMO and hype. If you are tired of being at the mercy of content creators telling you where the price is going, we're back, we're going to zero, we're back, we're going to zero, right? If you're tired of that, stop consuming content. Start consuming and analyzing charts. Start consuming and analyzing charts and data for yourself so that you can start looking and having opinions on your own of where price action could be going, so that you can have a better idea when it's time to dollar cost average, when it's time to take a long, when it's time to take some profits. And you don't, like October 10th, when the massive liquidation event occurred, I'm sure people were running to social media. Tell me what's happening. Tell me what's happening. What should I do? What should I do? Is it over? Are we selling? Are we buying? What's happening? Because people don't analyze data. People don't have game plans. People are not planning out different scenarios. If this happens, this happens. If this happens, I'm doing this. If this other thing happens, I'm going to do that, right? I had a game plan. The liquidation event occurred. Caught me by surprise, like anything else, like everybody else, right? I'm not perfect, but guess what? I had a game plan. I was like, if Ethereum gets back to $4,000 and above, which it definitely should, I'm going to take some risk off the table, aka I'm going to take some profits. I alerted my Crypto Citadel members in the Discord, and I told them, Ethereum is back above 4,000. Bitcoin has recovered. Just in case we go lower, I'm going to be taking some profits here. And guess what? One of the best things I did, right? Because Ethereum dropped from 4,000 all the way down to 2,600. Bitcoin dropped from 110 all the way down to 80,000, right? So taking profits at that point in time was fantastic. Did I catch the absolute top? No, but you don't need to catch the absolute top to make money. You just need to be able to read charts and be able to analyze charts and data for yourself to be able to know what to do so that you don't just get stuck and be at the mercy of content creators. That's what this webinar is for you guys. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm teaching you guys in the Crypto Citadel. I'm trading with you guys every single day in the Crypto Citadel, right? So that you guys can learn for yourself and then do this on your own. Also, it's just a lot more fun to trade in a community. It's boring trading on your own, right? It's great being in a community, talking back and forth to a bunch of other people that are taking trades just like you are. Some people taking more risk. Some people come in with different strategies and they share their strategies and they can mix it in with my strategy, right? There's not a one strategy only and everything else is BS. No, a mixture of different things from different strategies can grow and make one strategy even better. Let's go check in on this short here. Up $226. Up at $229 right now. Let's go. 16% on this Bitcoin short. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Printing money. Printing money, baby. Got my own money printer right here. Let's go. I need to spend more time in the Citadel in 2026. Let's go, Velo. Good to see you in here, brother. Good to see you in here again. Yes, I do agree. You need to get back in there, bro. You need it. It is a grind, right? I understand. Lots of people have 9-to-5 jobs. This is not meant so it can replace your 9-to-5, but for it to be supplemental income to your 9-to-5, right? Have an extra $500 at the end of the month, an extra $1,000 at the end of the month, right? The group pays for itself. It's $5 a day, $149 at the end of the month. Just this month in October, I showed you guys up $800, up $800, right? A very, very slow month, up $800. If we look back here, let's see what's our previous month over here. Let's where's my other P&Ls? Where is okay over here? October, $3,700 in October. $3,700 in October, and we had a $3,900 loss in 1 week. Because we lost $4,200 on Friday, on October 10th, on that liquidation event. I had a lot of altcoin longs open at that point, and they got liquidated. But guess what? We still came back and had massive, massive wins in that month and walked away with a nice paycheck, right? Nice supplemental income. Ooh, Bitcoin dropping like it's hot now, up 290, baby. Up 296, 298. Let's go. Let's go. Biddy is dropping like it's hot. Hot, hot, hot. Bitcoin is dropping like it's hot. Hot, hot, hot. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Drop it. XRP has Ripple infrastructure. Is this important? Do you buy into this theory? I don't buy into any XRP theory at all, ever. All of XRP's theories are bull shakalaka. Bull shakalaka. Every single XRP content creator that's been around for the last 8 years, I've met the grand majority of them. I've debated Crypto Mason, Joshua Jake, Zach Rector, all back in 2021. It's on YouTube. You can go find it. You can go find it. And guess what? They've all been wrong. Joshua Jake walked away from XRP, became a big Bitcoin bull. He hated Bitcoin in 2021, thought it was dinosaur technology. So did Mason, right? Mason's also stepped away from XRP. He's still in it, but he's no longer what he was doing. He was no longer pushing XRP like he was in 2021. He's realized that it's not what everybody thought it was going to be. Zach Rector can't say what he's doing right now, but you already know. None of those $10,000 price predictions, buyout programs, theories, none of that came to fruition. All of that was fugazi, right? Been continuously wrong about XRP and all its theories for the last 8 years. XRP got all the bullish news it needed in 2025. Lawsuit dropped. ETF applied and approved. Talked about being put into a Bitcoin, into an altcoin reserve, yada, yada, yada. And guess what? Brad Garlinghouse in the White House constantly constantly trying to push and get XRP and all this stuff. But guess what? Ripple's become bigger and bigger by buying and buying other companies and acquiring other companies so that they can IPO. But guess what? The XRP price has not benefited from anything that Ripple has been doing at all. And I don't believe anything in the XRP community, any theory. It's an asset just like anything else. It is not going to take over the Swift system. Chainlink has a better chance of doing that than XRP does. Let's go, baby. $325. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'll trade XRP just like any other asset in this world, any other asset in the crypto space. Take longs when the longs are necessary. Take shorts when the shorts are necessary. That whole theory, everybody was like, oh, XRP is going to $10 this year in 2025. It's going to go to $10, guys. It's going to go to $10. It's going to be $1 trillion asset. Why? Why would XRP become a $1 trillion asset? Why? It doesn't do anything. Nobody's using it. Nobody is using it. Ethereum hasn't been able to get to $1 trillion, right? Why would XRP automatically out of nowhere blast off? After all the bullish news, XRP topped out at $3.66. Didn't even get to $4. So, yeah, that should tell you something. That should tell you a big something. Let's go. 354 smackaroons, baby. Up 24% on this short. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Drop it like it's hot, hot, hot. Drop it like it's hot, hot, hot. Let's go. Let's go. Big pullback here. Thank you for not being one of those XRP. Yeah, man. You know, XRP is an asset like anything else. It's gonna have its moments where it's gonna rally, and it's gonna have its moments that it's going to drop. But it's not the chosen one. They are doing all these magical, mystical things in the background because XRP is the chosen one. All of that is fugazi. That's not investing, guys. That's just degen gambling with a little bit of, mythical belief. I don't know. It's a cult. It's a cult. That's what it is. It's a cult. Appreciate all of you guys smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe, guys. I hope all of you guys can join the webinar this Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, January 4th. I'm going to be hosting a free webinar teaching you guys market structure, how to identify trend, how to identify resistance, support, and targets along the way so that you guys can be charting and doing exactly what I'm doing in the long term. And if you want to become a day trader, that's what the Crypto Citadel is about. It's about joining. Then you have a full 1 hour and 36-minute course in hyper detail on how to mix in a bunch of different indicators, right? About 5 or 6 different indicators to get the confluence you need to be able to provide all the information you need to take a long or a short, how to manage risk management on a short or a long on a trading exchange. If you've never been on a trading exchange, give you a full walkthrough and breakdown on how to do absolutely everything, along with not just the trading course in the Crypto Citadel. You get to join the Discord where we trade live every single day, Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I post trade analysis every single day, long-term macro analysis for the people that are dollar cost averaging, and game planning for where altcoins and Bitcoin could be going in the long term, right? And so much more. You get access to my exclusive trading indicators that I post and I generate myself. I program them myself for everybody in the Citadel to automate and make the trading process even easier. So if you guys want to be part of all of that, join the Crypto Citadel. It's $5 a day. If you want to take a peek behind the curtain on how it all works, join the webinar this Sunday. Appreciate every single one of you guys in here, smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe, guys. What's going on, Bruce? What's going on? Make sure you're hitting that subscribe. Appreciate every single one of you guys in here. Bitcoin is still doing its drop-a-laka here. We're about to close out another hour. We're up, what are we up? We're up $314 on this short, $307 on this short. Let's get it. $300 on a Friday. In the last, hour here has been fantastic. So Appreciate every single one of you guys watching, hitting that like and subscribe. Join the webinar if you haven't already. If you have any questions, you can always send me a DM. I'll never DM you first, but you can DM me and I will reply. So I appreciate every single one of you guys hanging out. And I'll see you guys this Sunday or tomorrow on my next live stream, guys. I'm Blockchain Crusader, crusading through these blockchains. Until next time, see ya.